Given the numbers 12 and 12 root 3, do the following. Find the polar representation of 12, negative 12 root 3 on the Cartesian plane, and basically convert it into the polar plane. Then, find a polar function that captured that point, and explain the function's features. 12 and 12 root 3 are the legs of a 30, 60, 90 triangle. With these legs and a hypotenuse of 24, so the radius will be 24. Now, we have to determine what angle this makes. The argument it makes from 0, 0 to this point. What direction? We can find that by drawing a line up to the x-axis from that point and looking at the triangle. The line is 0, 0 to that point, and it makes a 60-degree angle with the x-axis. So we subtract that from 360 to get our angle, because it's in the fourth quadrant. Because you're going up, picture the imaginary axis I'm drawing here. If you drew your thing down like this, and this was a 60-degree angle, to get to here, this would be 300 degrees. Converting that to radians using the fact that a degree equals this many radians, we convert it and get 5 pi over 3 radians. Therefore, its polar representation of r theta is 24 5 pi over 3. A polar function that captures this point. An example of a polar function that's like a rose, a limacon, or a lemniscate, let's do rose, is r equals a cos 2 theta. Well, cos 2 theta makes it a rose function, which is one of the three that I was talking about. Now I just need to find an a that will correspond to the angle of pi over 3 and the r of 24. So 24 equals a times cosine of this. So cosine 10 pi over 3 equals negative 0.5. 24 equals a times negative 0.5. So to get that, alpha equals negative 48. So this is a function in its features. 1, as established before, it's a rose shape. 2, it has 4 petals. 3, it covers 48 rings. And 4, the petals are centered at the polar axis. I'll pull it up on Desmos to try and show you. And theta. Notice how it's centered at the polar axis. Notice these 4 petals. The function, if you were to expand it out, would do this. And it would cover 48 of these rings, and it's shaped like a rose.